Hey everybody, I think we're about to get started. Let's go over to the chat screen. Hey there, my name is James Quo, and welcome to the first installment of 4 in Mononoke Week. There were like 2 kind of pilot drawing streams for this. Hey Leon, nice to see you. Like we did a stream for Gonza, and we did a stream for Chico. We can look at those on the drawing table in a second. Why don't we go over to the drawing board? Yeah, let's go. Let me turn on this. Okay, so this is the reason that this is happening. There's this incredible project put together by Sophia Foster Dimino. Let me just tweet. No, let me just add a link to her Twitter. Twitter.com. Hello, Fia. And Mononoke. I know, is this not a beautiful poster? Like there's Mickey riding atop bread, and there's Chris Mukai and the wolves, who I don't know in real life, but they are friends of friends. I think, since the trailer just dropped today, I think I would like to take another look at it just to get in the Mononoke mindset. If you've already seen it, Leon, please enjoy seeing it again. And if you haven't seen it, you are in for a treat. So let me see. Put away the poster. Open up my window capture. Yeah. Let's turn off the chill lo-fi beats for the time being. And let's see what Sophia put together for this.
There's something evil in the lands to the west.
Stop! Mister! Please stop!
If you head west from here, deep into the mountains, there is a vast forest that humans dare not enter. The forest of the Shishigami.
If we clear the forest and tame the wolves, this shall be a bountiful land. Perhaps Princess Mononoke will become human.
Princess Mononoke?
A lost girl whose soul was stolen by the wolves. Now she lives to kill me.
My name is Ashitaka. Are you the ancient gods who reside in the forest of the Shishigami? What will you do with San? Will you force her to fight?
Silence, boy! How could you save her?
Mother, this is farewell. I'm going to help Lord Okoto. I hate humans.
Kabam! Kapow!
Even if our clan is completely destroyed, we will have vengeance on the humans.
You have to set her free. She's a human.
Anyway, that is incredible. Like I said in the chat, I didn't want to talk over any of it, but it's kind of an unbelievable amount of work that Sophia has put together. There's probably going to be some fun, goofy parts, but it's also like super affecting. Let's see, let's hide that window. So what do we have? The other way around. I think last Wednesday I did kind of a trial run and we drew Gonza on this stream. He's the like right hand of Lady Eboshi. And then I think we did another on Saturday and drew Jiko, the kindly priest who helps Ashitaka along the way. What I'm noticing is there's a couple of dudes and they're both kind of in the same squatting pose, but just like turned a little different. So I think I'm going to try to mix that up a little bit. Up to bat this round is Kaya, who lives at the Emishi village at the beginning. Oh, thanks. the VODs should still be there if you want to see it come together, or you could just look at the finished deal right here. This is when he's kind of pretending to not know what this little item is. So I tried to give him a kind of a sly expression here. So anyway, this is kind of what we're going to expect, but I also, these were 9x12 drawings, and today, since we've got 3 people, the Emishi girls, including Kaya, and then 1 demon boar, I'm just gonna get out this like 11x14. I haven't done the math, but it's like significantly more square inches. I also noticed, since I was doing just like 1 figure on these, I was kind of like wrapping up within 2 hours, and I was like, you know, I try to block out 3 hours for these streams so I could just push myself to be a little more ambitious. And so we're going to do a drawing that it's not just a guy squatting. So here we go. All right, good looking out, Leon. So I was saying, I was just going to start moving the pencil, and these lines that are sort of crisscrossing the page are to represent the like grassy hills outside the Emishi village. And I think Kaya and her 2 friends are walking back to the village. Nago, who's a boar god, is possessed by a curse and is chasing them down. They're running. One of the girls trips. I think Kaya circles around and like draws her blade and turns to face this gigantic monster. So in a little bit, in a sense, it's a little bit like I'm going to choose that moment. It'll be like similar to Michelangelo's David, where it's like the moment of decision, where he turns towards Goliath and like readies his sling. It's sort of the same idea. Okay, so let me think. Trying to figure out how much space to allot to everything. Like, the boar should take up like probably the whole top half of the composition. And he's not going to be too difficult because he's just like a mass of like slithering demonic ooze. And then I think he has like 2 eyes visible. So I think a lot of this is going to be dark. And then like there's going to be like this light part sticking out. I'm not sure. This is taking like a little bit of license because I think the demon doesn't actually get that close to them. Like I watched this scene in the movie today a bunch of times just to get my head around what I was going to attempt for the stream. So I think roughly there's like the girl that fell down. Here's Kaya. I'm just kind of like blocking in space. And maybe she's like, it's weird if I'm trying to have her holding up her sword. She wouldn't point it that way because he's not over here. He's over here. Maybe Kaya's here and the sword is here. And then there's a third girl who also stops. And then they help this girl get up. She loses her hat, and so you can see like her little hairdo underneath. Let's see. So what I'm trying to figure out now is, like, Nago could be back here, and I'll just like add his legs, which are kind of spidery, and it seems like even though boars, as far as I know, only have 4 legs, it looks like he can create as many gooey legs as he wants. I'm just going to take a second and tweet out that I'm live. Paste. Okay. I'm back. So let me see. So I'm wondering, I could draw him this small, but it might be more exciting, although not like literal, if I were to make him kind of almost like filling up this whole space without any like blue and green countryside back here. Hey Galuigi, nice to see you. I did go back and watch your most recent stream. Congratulations on your first In the Heights in DC. It was like one of the best yet. Oh, and I think actually Gal is to thank for us doing these characters today, because she was the one to suggest this in the Discord. I think one thing I'm going to do, if I have these eyes sort of even like that, it might seem too stable. So I'm going to just maybe set these off a little bit of an angle like that. Maybe I'll do the other way. I'm not sure yet. You know, I think that is better. Just because down here, Kaya is going to be like right there. So like this side of the composition is higher. And so I just have to fit these puzzle pieces together. So I think I'm kind of, this is like the curve of where I think Nago's chin would be. And so then anything under here would be like his belly. And so this is all just like evil slime reaching towards the crew. Let me think. I have to figure out exactly like where in the process this is. I think this girl, I could do it where she's running away and has just tripped, or has already tripped but is being helped up, which I think I like better. So she's, let me think, her shoulder's here, maybe her hand is like this, and this other girl is like helping lift her back up. Let me think. Sorry, I keep having to turn off my mic. I'm not sick, I'm just a little like food congestion. Hey Gay Dog, thanks for joining. We just got started. I'm kind of figuring out where the Emishi girls are. Let me think. I think overall the composition, like the direction is kind of enter in this way, and then like I think this girl is like looking down here, and so that's going to kind of bring our eye down here, and then I think Kaya's hand will be reaching out for this girl. That'll kind of lead us back up. So we've got this kind of like maybe diamond composition is coming together. One problem is we're kind of seeing, if I draw Kaya facing Nago, then we're just going to see the back of her head. I wonder if I could sort of get this in profile. Gal says, I've never thought of how drawings guide where your eyes look before watching your stream. Yeah, I hope that's useful when you're doing your drawings for art school. Let's see. But yeah, I mean, trying to like direct where people are looking is like one of the main tools. And so you can like use that to even like set it up so people notice things in a certain order. Like there's the famous Franco-Belgian bande dessinée like Tintin by Hergé. And I think I have one of these, like an art book of that. And he was talking about this strip that he drew for like 40, 50 years. And he was talking about how in the whole history of drawing Tintin, there was only one panel he ever liked. And let me see if I can grab some paper. Amazing pronunciation of... I mean, I think I'm Americanizing how I'm saying Tintin. Like, I'm not doing the French version. But I'm trying to remember what was in that book. But like, this is the beach. This is the water. There's like an ocean liner. And there's like people getting into a boat. And then there's people rowing to the shore. And then over here, here's some people. There's like the main character is like climbing out of the boat. And he was like, I like this panel because it tells a whole story in one sequence. Even though these are like 3 different groups of people, they sort of function as one story in a single panel. So sometimes with something like this, I do keep that in mind, like kind of using the 3 of these girls sort of as a sequence in this one image. And just like trying to guide where people are looking. All right, let's see. Having a little trouble working out where Kaya goes. Maybe she is facing us and like looking that way. They sort of, their hats are almost like they have a point, and then they also have like the wide part. A little bit like a witch hat, but probably not for the same purpose. Let me see. So she could be... I just have to look at the scene and make sure that she's holding the sword in the right hand. Yeah, she is right-handed. Okay. So let me think. Man, drawing 3, I have to say, drawing 3 or 4 characters is definitely a lot more complex than trying to just draw a sketch of one guy. Don't love what's happening here. Yeah, Kaya definitely needs some reworking. You know, I think she could, depending on where we're looking from, and since I've got this sort of, like the viewer is sort of at the ground level near these girls, Kaya could be, she could fill up a lot of this composition, like all the way up to here. There's no reason I couldn't make her this tall. And then I would have to like move Nago over. And then let me think. Maybe her pelvis is here. And she's sort of like digging her heel into the turf like that. Like we're seeing her back. It was just an idea I'm working out. I don't know if it's really going to bear fruit. She wouldn't be smiling like that. Oh, really interesting. Thing about sword fight drawings, typically always right-handed versus lefty. That's true. I'm very lucky to have a fencer in the chat. No, I think that makes sense. Let's see. So she's right-handed. I think I'm getting closer. This is not it, but there's going to be like a few steps where I eventually figure out how this fits together. Because I was kind of fixing some things, but also creating new problems. Like, I do like that she's kind of positioned this way, but her right arm, her sword arm, would be behind her body. And if she were holding it forward, it wouldn't make sense. But if it could be like as she's drawing it, so like her like scabbard would be here. And then let me think. If you reach like that, yeah, like this would be the back of her hand. I have to make her like a little more hunched over here. Then here's her left arm. I think this is going to work. And you know, I think we don't necessarily need to see her face since she's very similar to these two. I think I'm even gonna make them a little bigger. Let's see. Okay. So mostly I think we're gonna see the back of Kaya's head, or like even just the back of her hat. And then her kind of like bob haircut coming down. Or page boy, maybe? Okay. And then her sleeve comes down. It looks like the three of them all have these kind of woven like shoulder bags, and then with a stick inside. I assume for, I don't know, maybe gathering? Okay, and then, yeah, they have a sash around their waist. Well, I should figure out the rest of how this works before I put in too much. So let me think. So far, so good. Like, her shoulders are here. Her waist is here. Leg. The knee bends. Like, part of her is going to go off the image. Like, I think she'd be kind of bracing her other leg out, like, back here. But I think it's even helpful for me to draw that, just so I know how this fits together. Okay. Good. So let me think. Let's put Kaya's friends back in. So now I think I am going to make these two a little bit bigger. I have to think how this works. I think the girl who's struggling to get back up, like, might be making kind of a compressed face because she might still be feeling the fall. This girl here. Oh, looks like Sparkle Sprout has entered the chat. Good to see you. Oh, just the leg drawing by itself on the big cartel? I'll have to take something down. I'm kind of at the limit of how many pieces I could put up there. So here's this girl who's trying to get up. So shoulders, waist. Maybe more like that, and then this hand could be, she's lifting herself up with this hand. Ah, I see what you did there, gal, in case anyone needs a leg up on something. Okay, let's see. Let's move. Trying to think. I don't want this arm to be like too much the same as angle as the edge of the page, so I have to like turn that in a little more. So here's a hand lifting up this other girl, and she could be like holding onto this wrist for support. Let's see. Well, you know, they should be like clasping hands like this, which is a little challenging to draw, but that's part of why I'm here. Like she's kind of one hand coming down and the other coming up. Let's see. And then this arm is reaching to the other shoulder, I think. I really need to draw the like helping girl a little more. All I have is just a floating arm. Just trying to get this ellipse of the hat around her head. Now where her hat would be kind of goes directly over where I had put one of Nago's eyes. So let me, I'm gonna move that. Right now this sort of looks more like an axolotl than like a demon boar. So we could just leave that in for now. They are super cute. Even if they're like 20 feet tall and covered in cursed purple goo. Okay, so let me think. This girl, it helps a lot. I always like to when they go off the edge to just really think through how they go. Okay. So her waist is here. This leg would be like that. This leg. Let me think. And she's bracing. Like her center of gravity would be like here. So her other leg would be. Because I feel like if I draw the foot here, it does look like she's kind of running towards this girl, but she would also be like about to collapse on top of her in like a slapstick manner, not in a way that would actually help her. So let's draw her foot extended, kind of broadening her base. So I think we won't really see this foot, it'll be behind here, but we might see like this ankle come through. Wow, wait, what are all these little Mononoke emotes? Let me see, we've got a laughing Moro. Did Mickey make these? We've got Ashitaka, we've got a little Kodama, San, and a Bushi. Incredible. Okay. It's going to shrink this head a little bit. Oh. Yeah, we've got, I forgot to add, I have like a little friend to keep me company in my face cam. Let me see, where did I put? Yeah, there's my little Quodama. This is the like little animated emote that I made for the stream. Get a better look at him. Basically, it's a Kodama with glasses, like me, and a little butt. He's just gonna hang out in my cam up here. Right there. That might be, let's embiggen him a little bit. Okay. Let's see. Just like that is fine. If I can get that. Yeah, like I was saying last stream, when you see Kodama in the forest, it's the sign that the forest is healthy. So when you see a bunch of Quodama in this stream, it means that we've got a healthy stream. So I'm just going to add a couple of those there. So am I satisfied with how this is going? I think so. The big question is, I'm a little tempted to... I'm deciding whether to show Kaya's face or not. Like, it does dramatically make sense that she would be looking over at Nago. But I do want... Like, how do we know it's her? I mean, from context or having seen the movie, but let's... I'm going to try this, and if it doesn't work, I could put the other version back. Here, let me think. Her mouth. I was looking at the Girl Squad when I was doing my homework for the stream, and they all look pretty similar, but their head shapes are kind of slightly a little different. Like, I think Kaya has a more classic anime, like, heart-shaped face. the girl who fell, her face is like a little rounder, and then like the girl who helps is like a little bit squarer in the face, but they all have the classic like Ghibli look to them. So let me think. Maybe I could get it. Maybe I could have it both ways. Like, we could sort of. I guess this is a little bit theatrical, like when two people are talking to each other, but they're like sort of facing each other at an angle, like out like that. Hey, D. Rogers is in the chat. I hope you had a good trip back from Emerald City. No, I think I am going to go with this, just because seeing a face is more expressive and like more involving than seeing the back of someone's head. I think that is going to be better. All right, so I think we've more or less set up the main structure for the drawing. So I can get out like a smaller pencil and just like these faces are very rough, like it's just an oval with a cross. Doesn't really look like who it's supposed to look like. And I can go in and refine that. I'm going to have like I'm going to like think about what I should do next since I feel my energy flagging a little bit. And I'm going to kind of ask Miyazaki what I should do. Like, where do I find the energy to keep going? See what he says. Oh, great. That is great advice. So I'm just going to cover up my face for a second. I've got some apple slices, so I'm just gonna chew on these. Okay, thank you for looking out, Gal. Yeah, I think I'm going to start refining these images because they don't yet look like the characters they're supposed to. And I'm going to start working kind of left to right so I don't like smear what I'm doing. Let me see. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I even have that gaze going the right way. She'd be like, the way I have it now, she'd be looking over the top of this head at something interesting over here. Maybe there's like a little Kodama. I think I am going to take that out because they haven't been introduced in that part of the story yet. let's see. So I do have to change this gaze downward. I should arch these eyebrows a little more, because she is very concerned for the well-being of her friend. And like open these eyes up more than I had before. I feel like Ghibli noses are always pretty high up, like almost right up here between the eyes. I mean, I'm not totally concerned at getting this 100% on model, since I'm not currently applying for a job at the studio. I heard that Miyazaki's back to do another feature, like he unretired. But they probably already have their staff figured out. So I don't need to worry about a reprimand from the boss. Oh yeah, it's like a kitty wanting to be let in the door and wanting to be let back out and wanting to come back inside and wanting to go back outside. But it's kind of good. Like maybe if you feel like the project you're working on is like, this is the last film I'll ever make, you kind of really go all out on it. Okay. And then she has the strap for her bag. I'm thinking like her wrist comes down here, and then this girl's kind of putting all her weight here. Camera might be too close. Let me go back a little bit. I keep moving it out of frame. How about that? It's a good compromise. Oh, Yoski, thanks for the follow. Yeah, we're just working on this not Miyazaki, this Mononoke week drawing of Kaya and Nago the bull, who right now is represented, not bull, boar. I'm getting my animals all mixed up. Like right now it's an axolotl, it could turn into a giraffe, who knows. Let's see. Where's my pencil? So this girl, let's add some hair. I'm trying to get the hair to show some of the motion. Like if she were sitting still, the hair would be sitting one way. But since she's kind of struggling, trying to like figure out how to have it make sense sort of flying out. Oh, and one thing that I could do on Kaya is that great thing that happens in Ghibli films where a character gets kind of upset or has a intense feeling and their hair starts like bristling up. So let me see if I could get that a little bit on here. I think, yeah, gotta change this expression. Let's work on Kaya a little bit. Yeah, and her head shape is kind of the classic like anime face, sort of heart-shaped. It goes in like at the cheek and back out here. This isn't looking like her yet, but we'll find it. Like, right now the chin looks way too big for what I've established up here. Let me think, like her nose might be like that. Okay, that's a little bit better. Hey, RG Villain, welcome to the chat. I have a question about the watch. Yeah, let's take a look. That is a Seiko 5 automatic. I like it because it's pretty high contrast and easy for me to read. All right. Okay. Let me think. Trying to figure out where her teeth would be. Like, it's a little gruesome to think about this character's skull, but it will help put things in the right place. Okay, so I think that structure is right. And then I could erase this line. Yeah, that's like where she would put her zombie makeup to like hollow her cheeks out. Well, this girl doesn't even have a face yet, Leon. Wait till you see what happens with her. That mouth might be just too big overall. I mean, like, Ghibli mouths can be pretty big, like, especially when they laugh and they, like, lean back and their teeth are, like, that big. So I'm going to just shrink this, because that did jump out at me. Also, that nose is too much. There's just too much nose altogether here. Kind of the same thing, but like 70%. And then just like a little nostril on that side. Okay, so this girl. See, how am I doing on time? I'm almost an hour in. I'm still penciling. I do need to, like, at some point, start getting ink to paper if I want to finish this. Like, if I haven't started inking by 6:30, I'll be in trouble. I hope so. I should. Like I think at this point I'm going to need it. All right. Let's see. But we'll see. I'm going to draw as well as I can, and maybe we can bring it in before then. So this... The camera's a little too close. We keep missing stuff. Bring that back. Bring that all the way back. Okay. It is true. Yeah, I think at the top of the stream, Diraj, I was talking about how I did these like 2 characters for like trial runs, but each picture it's like one guy, and they're essentially in the same pose. So it didn't take like a lot of working out Like I remember the pencil like locked in pretty quickly. But here there's like a lot more going on. Okay. But I think we're in good shape. Like we're kind of past the point of like floundering or flapping around with what the image is going to be. I just need to like do myself a favor and get everything sort of drawn correctly. All right, here we go. Let's see. That's this girl's skirt coming up here. I think they have, like their sleeve comes down to just above the elbow, and then they have these sort of arm warmers on their forearm. So that part's going to be dark. Same here. Oh, thanks, Yoski. I think it's sort of starting to gel, like when you're like stirring your kanji and it's just like hot water and some rice grains for a long time, and then suddenly it sort of like plumps up. Like I'm not sure what's happening in there chemically, but I think we're reaching that moment where it kind of, the picture kind of coagulates. Something amiss on this girl? I think she's all right. I think I just have so much graphite down here I can't tell which lines are the right ones. So I need to just like eliminate some of these lines that I know are not going to be in the drawing, just so I'm not confusing myself. Oh, yeah, I think later for, I guess I always talk about what's for dinner on the stream, but we're going to be having boar, which is like maybe related to kanji, or like has kind of a kanji base, but there's also like chicken stock in there, and there's like squid, and I think you put maybe cilantro on top. Anyway, so I have that to look forward to afterwards. Okay. I feel like this hand is like a little too calm. It's like, I feel like the fingers should spread out more. Oh, Mr. Guayang is here. He's also like a really excellent drawing streamer. Let me give that guy a shout out. No, I did that wrong. Did I spell something wrong? Try that again. I missed a letter. Mistergu. There we go. I got it on the second try. I think I'm at the end of this lead, so it keeps just like giving up on me. I need another pencil. I'll use this guy. Okay. So there's the heel. right now I'm kind of just like going around the whole picture and looking for things that I can fix up before inking time. And I feel like I should definitely I should do like a little project management for my own drawing here and kind of set a deadline for when I need to start inking. I think I wouldn't quite be ready yet, but we're getting close. I think there's like a certain time where I'm working it with the pencil and it's like not really, it starts to become redundant, and that's kind of the time that I know to get the ink out. But right now, like this hand is just a ball. So I need to like figure out what I mean for that. Doesn't look right to me. That needs some more work. Okay, see you a little later, Diraj. Oh, cute to see everybody lurking and unlurking. Lurk as thou will. Let me see. Is that hand way too big? Let's just shrink this down a little bit. I think I need to get a ruler out for this sword, because right now it's pretty vague. Let me see. So this hand's here. Let's just get these lined up, because she's in the process of drawing it. And now, if you watch the scene, you'll see kind of one of the great qualities of like 90s anime, which is when anybody draws a shiny bladed object, there's sort of like a buin, like a where I think when they were shooting the cells for the film, they would put like an actual light under the table to glow up from underneath, which I think people try to perfect gal, yes, which I think people try to reproduce today, but it doesn't quite look the same if you're not doing it with an actual lamp underneath your table. All right. So I don't know, I'm going to try to get a little bit of a buin on here. Two, three, four, okay. What is happening with this arm? A little wider up there, gets narrow. Okay, that's better. And then this is a sleeve. So that's going to kind of stack up in that direction. What is happening here? I feel like I need to figure some of this out before the next stage. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to say that ink needs to start no later than 6:30, and that's very generous. I don't think I'm going to even take that long. Is this working? Her waist is here. Let's bring that knee in a little bit. And then down here, there's like grass kicking up. Let's have like a little turf kind of like displacing from where Kaya's digging her heel in. Let's see. We have not talked about the Kaya lore. Sparkle, do you want to expound on that a little bit? Like, are Kaya and Ashitaka brother and sister, or something else? Let's see. So now this pencil's giving up on me too. Let's see. Yeah, so when Ashitaka's leaving the village, Kaya runs out to give him a crystal dagger. I forget the source. Sophia found this in an interview where some of the people who worked on the film, I forget who it was, were saying that the dagger was a symbol of their betrothment and that she was supposed to give it to him at their wedding, but since Ashitaka has to leave, they will not be wed, and so she's giving it to him at that moment. I'm just doing some practical stuff, like tying her hat onto her head. And Ashitaka is like, wow, thanks for the crystal dagger. I'll think of you always, Kaya. Does Ashitaka always think just of Kaya? Or does he forget all about her once he meets a feral wolf girl who he gets the hots for? And then I think he gives the dagger to her. Or even, like, he gives it to one of the wolf cubs to give to her. Like, he tosses it over to the wolf across the river. I do really love that, like, animation clip of one of the wolf cubs, like, reaching up and catching the necklace and how they, like, timed it of Ashitaka throwing and then the wolf gets it. I think I just miss throwing treats to the pet Samoyed that I had when I was small, which is usually what I think of when I watch Mononoke, because there's some close-up shots of the wolf cubs that look a lot like the pet that I had. I think Thursday is going to be the San and Moro and wolf cub drawing stream, so I'll see if I can pull up a picture of my beloved childhood white snow dog before then. Let me think. I think it's blocked by most of the girls, but if you could see the ground, I think it would be sort of curving like this. My dog's name was Xiao Bai, which is just like Mandarin for little white. I'm gonna put it into the chat. Although she was little when she started out, but she did kind of plump up, and so my mom would always comment that she was not so xiao anymore. Okay, that's where her butt is. No, I feel like I could almost start inking. Wouldn't hurt to get there like ahead of the planned time. trying to think about how to help myself draw all the like squiggling demon energy. So I'm looking at the scene in the film, and it looks like not how I've drawn it. I do want to position the eyes there, but it kind of looks like, put those back in. It kind of looks like it sort of like radiates out from there, and there is no mouth like that. Let's get rid of that. So let's see. So I'm going to like pull these out from where the eyes start, and then just sort of, once they go outside this oval, they can start waving as they leave the form. Okay. And then let me think. So his body would be going back this way. And so I can put like his arm reaching up here. And then that's covered in squiggles. Another arm is coming up here. This one could reach up like this. Okay. Trying to get rid of some extra stuff so I don't confuse myself. This here, and then that could come down. Yeah, I think having, let me see, just like having this kind of, that's going to be a dark shape. That'll help sort of frame this image and kind of reinforce this main composition. So those are his legs. I think if I make this leg too similar to that, it looks a little mechanical. So let me just make that at a different angle. Maybe more like that. Oh, she did turn into Dabai. It's true. She was a very sweet dog. Okay. There's this ribbon. You know what? I think there's no reason to put it off anymore. Let's ink this up. Yes. No. What is happening here? Let me just figure this out. 2, 3, 4. Make sure, like she's kind of clawing at the ground, so let's have some grass coming up. Okay. I think we are ready. What I should put in, I think she dropped, like Kaya has this backpack. I think this girl has dropped hers, so I'm just gonna, to like add to the storytelling, I'm just gonna put that in here. And they each seem to have like a little baton that goes with it, so I'll just put that in. I'm kind of wondering, let me think, Nago's here. Since this is my main kind of shape, it might be good to have something flying out this way. Like I could have this girl's hat kind of blowing off. That might be too cute. I'm not sure. Doesn't quite work. I do it like that. That interferes with too much over here. Let's not worry about that. Okay, I'm not going to mess around with the hat anymore. Yeah, I was trying to read up on Emishi culture before the stream, but I couldn't figure out what it was they might have been carrying in there. All right, so now's the point in the stream for... Yes. Gonna add a couple of these little guys. So let me see. Where is... So I'm just gonna have to rule these borders in. All right. So I do want to pull something from my archive to help me think about how to approach this. And I've got my archive, which is a box right over there. Let's see. So this is a stream this is a drawing I done on stream a little while ago. And this is like, I feel like this one got really crazy. Like it has a pretty different feel from what I imagine my work is like. But sometimes when you're drawing on here live, you're kind of just flying by the seat of your pants. So I'm just gonna like look at this brushwork and kind of remember that I know how to do this because it's easy to forget. And I'm gonna kind of try to transfer this energy onto here. Maybe I'll just do this whole thing with brush. You know, usually I use these guys, but you know, this is like a vellum bristle, so it has like some tooth on it, which makes like brushwork look especially nice. So, you know, I might just put these two away. And since part of doing these streams is to kind of push myself and like try to improve, I think doing that challenge is going to help me out. Oh, that's true. I think this is maybe the first time Gal showed up on stream, and she was like, "Is this guy eating this guy?" And I was like, "No, no, 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 no. I must not be explaining well." So then I was like, "Okay, so he's transforming." So then I like added all these intermediary stages of Akira Fudo into Devilman. So thanks, Gal, once again for co-piloting my stream. Here we go. So that's good. But I can't rest on my Devilman laurels. Let's do something today. All right, here we go. Where is my brush? There we go. And I need to warm that up a little bit. Okay. Yeah, Gal, I think it's really great what you do for like new streamers. Like I saw, was it yesterday that you were helping launch Soto Juan with his Dark Souls stream? That's like a really kind approach you have with people. Okay. Let's see. So right now I'm just like swizzling this brush in the water. Like in between uses, I kind of have it with some brush cleaner kind of dried onto it so it holds its shape, but I need to remove that to make it flexible again, which always takes a second. All right. So let me see if I remember how to use a brush. I've been doing some brush work on stream recently, like, but just for backgrounds, like the rocks and tree branches. It's kind of nice to use these for everything. It does give like a pretty different feel. Maybe kind of appropriate for something in the Mononoke world. Like in the Muromachi period, I don't think they would have had steel pens. Maybe they did. They definitely would have had brushes. I'm just trying to... These are some pretty medium-sized strokes. I'm just trying to make some lines until I can get a pretty small line come out. All right. All right, I'm getting the hang of it. Eventually, I will have to put ink on my actual drawing, not just on the test sheet. Man, just knocked my light over a little bit. Okay, we're good. Okay. So I'm thinking maybe to just get used to this, I'm going to ink some lines on Nago. It's going to be pretty forgiving. Like evil squiggles could kind of be any shape. Okay, I'm just taking a deep breath. Here we go. And kind of like literally, I do need to, like each time I make a line, I am kind of like holding my breath. Just because even like the bodily motion of talking or breathing could like move this by a tiny bit. I don't think he really has a pupil like that. Thanks, Leon. I do need like a little encouragement at this point. Oh, you know what? I did add... Gal, last time you said that my sound alerts were not working, and there was some technical reason, like I had added them like as a component but not as a panel, or some like behind the scenes Twitch stuff, but I think they should be working in all cases now. So I'm going to draw like a little encouragement from my past self to the present. All right, let's go. All right, thank you, James from the past. That sound clip was from the Akira fan dub from last summer, where I got to play one of the supporting roles. This time in Mononoke, I'm only doing a couple of smaller parts. But I really, when I did Yamagata for Akira, I kind of threw everything into that, and I feel like I tried to also put the same amount of care into my like two samurai and ox person. I need to get this hat in. All right, that's not a bad line. So I feel not bad on there either. Am I doing these hats right? Oh, why thank you, Sparkle. As fun as Akira was, I'm pretty hyped about Mononoke. I feel like it's possible that this one might be even better, because last year we just did the sound effects and the voices, but like the music on Mononoke is incredible. If any of you in chat found your way here through Stream Discord and you have a voice part in the movie, do you want to jump in and say who you're playing? Like Sparkle, Gaydog, Leon, Gal. Gal, I know you're in here. Do you want to tell us which character you are? Let's get the camera a little closer. I just like to do that for inking. Okay. Cool. Yeah, we did watch the trailer at the start. Oh, and a surprise roll. All right, I will be anticipating that greatly. We did watch the trailer at the start of the stream. Maybe I'll let it rest for a day, and then we could watch it again for Wednesday's drawing stream. I think that'll be the Eboshi and Shishigami stream. Right now I'm sort of doing... Oh, Yosuke, you're playing Moro? Fantastic. I've only heard what was in the trailer, but your voice sounded really good. Right now, I really want to be inking Nago, so I do need to get some of this foreground stuff in, so I know where to stop the evil demon ooze lines. I'm just putting in, like, I didn't draw any of her features. I didn't feel quite ready for that yet. I always kind of need to like build up to stuff like that. I know. Now I'm worried. I'm seeing in the chat people did different accents for their different characters. I'm worried that my two samurai sound too much the same. Well, they're pretty far apart in time, so I think people won't confuse my two samurai, and if they do, it's fine. This is going to be a little tough. Like doing, like the end of the sword has like a circle on it with another circle inside. I'm just going to try to freehand this. And it helps to do the same line and then just rotate the paper. Oh, let's see. Paul says they freaked out that they were mispronouncing Eboshi, so they Googled it and somehow made up an incorrect pronunciation. Now that's in the dub. So how do you pronounce Eboshi? Because I'm going to have to be saying it a lot on Wednesday, so I do have personal interest in learning to say it correctly. Oh, just like that? Great. Let's see. I think these hands are very different sizes. Like this one is like a catcher's mitt, and this one is like an opera glove. So I'm going to get back in here with the pencil and just fix that a little. So the row of knuckles would be like here, and then her thumb covering the other side. That works a little better. And then the handle goes up like that. Like that. Okay. See, time is a factor, so if I'm going to speed up anywhere, I could definitely go a little faster on these like demon noodles that are coming out of these eyes. Oh yeah, that is like a lot of my hope. So I'm reacting to Paul saying um, they've been enjoying my recent streams and make Paul want to do some drawing, and that is my hope. And I've got um, both me and Naoki Urasawa kind of pleading with anyone drawing or anyone watching to like get out your art materials, and you could draw along with us. Sometimes when people are watching and maybe drawing along, like they do post their work in the Discord, and we can take a look at it. I don't know if you're ready for that, Paul, but there's an artwork tab that I always enjoy seeing what people are up to. So let me move this out of the way. Okay. Yeah, I think a lot of the reason I started doing this was because I had watched Naoki Urasawa's Manben series, where he interviews different manga artists and then they set up cameras in their studio. And like I had been in a funk, but like watching those close-ups of pen to paper like reminded me that I could do that anytime I chose. Like I was seeing maybe like Daisuke Igarashi scraping. No, that is that who I mean? Scraping a G pen across the page in like an extreme close up. And I was like, I remember that. I have like a deep memory of drawing things and how great it feels. And so this is also to like, I'm also streaming to like remind myself of how much I like this. Yeah, Sparkle, do you have a favorite episode? I think a minute ago I was trying to say the author of Children of the Sea. All right, I think these two like demon eyes are looking all right. Got to figure out how these two sort of flow together in the middle. It's kind of like the top of someone's head. Like I'm thinking about the way the demon ooze is here. It's like if someone kind of gathers their hair into two knots here and here, like it would sort of flow out from there onto their scalp. So I guess there's going to be a little bit of a part down this middle here. Yeah, for these I should just move fast, fast, fast. Like underneath, these need to be darker. And you're not seeing them head on, so I can do like these sort of overlapping wavy lines, and we know what that means. Yeah. This is how I need to be doing it. Okay. I think I was like taking a long time on each little strand before, but it's going to end up looking better if they're a little bit wilder. Oh, I like to think of Nago's mom, like helping Nago put their demon ooze into pigtails. If we're gonna kind of run with that scenario. So these are sort of meeting up in the middle. Right, I can work. So what do I have to do? I'm going to work this leg up, this leg, and then I should do more work on Girl Squad. But after I finish this, I'll have made a wide variety of brushstrokes with different thicknesses and different directions. I will be very warmed up for doing more intentional drawing here, here, and here. Don't want them to be too parallel or like too even. Gotta keep messing these up a little bit. And then there's just some demon gunk that's just flying directly off with no connection. Gross. Ugh. It's probably a good sign if I'm like able to gross myself out a little bit, because he's supposed to be a scary guy. And oh my god, I was watching the movie again today, and it's so much when after Ashitaka shoots the arrows and Nago falls down, then you see the boar. Lady Hii comes out and she's like, great boar spirit, we're so sorry about what happened to you, we'll perform all the rites. And then what does Nago say? He's very much like, apology not accepted. And it's like a big moment. Like for me, it's one of the biggest like emotional hits in the whole movie, where Nago just does not accept the rituals they're going to provide him with. And who can blame him? He's like a writhing mass of like pain and rage centered on a iron bullet that shouldn't be there. Okay, that's 2 legs. I'm going to just connect that down here. Okay, let's do this leg. And this one. Yeah, like he says, nah, brah, like we're not good. Lady He's like, okay, we're cool, right? We'll give you a burial. And he's like, nope. That doesn't even like begin to make up for it. And he's not wrong. Okay. Yeah, just gonna put a few goo globs like falling off. Okay, I think I need to... Let me like work my way across here. Because I'm not quite sure where this leg goes yet. And I'll want to put some of these elements in front first. Yeah, I feel like other Ghiblis share that. Also, I feel like this squiggling evil goo also shows up in Spirited Away. Like Chihiro steps on that last little black squib that's trying to get away, if I'm remembering right. Let me think. I just work my way up from here. Oh wow, 7 would be like very young to see this. Let me see. Should I put this face in yet? I don't know if I'm ready yet. Let me think about... Neck comes up. Here's the strap to her, like, gathering basket. That's the fold on her collar. Or like, I'm not sure what you call that. The... Like, if they were doing judo, that's what you would grab them by. You know, I should stop avoiding this face. I'm gonna just put this in. I'm gonna look at my reference just to make sure I'm not too far off. Okay. That's too much ink. Like, when you're doing this process, you always have to know exactly how much is on your brush. So I'm gonna have to come back to that eye. It's like pretty critical. And I can do some heavier stuff. Okay. Oh. It Wasn't Me by Shaggy is a classic. There could be worse songs to have associated. These lines did not come out exactly how I want. Okay. All right, I've got 2 more chances to get the girl's face just right. Okay, let's see. Let's draw. One nice thing about brush drawing is it can be faster, like once you get into a groove. Like you can keep inking for a long time. Like if you've seen my other streams, which are mostly pen-based, I do have to go and like re-dip this guy about every 10 seconds, but I've had my nose down and been able to keep adding ink to paper for a while now, especially if it's thin lines. I think I'm gonna have to rework this a little bit to make that work. That mouth is a little too low. Oh, supplet, yikes. Thanks for joining the stream. So, yikes, a minute ago, Gal was saying that she had watched Mononoke at age 7. Were you also there in the living room or wherever alongside watching this? I think the expression I decided on for this character is sort of like a one eye open, one eye closed kind of squinch. Okay. I'd drawn the mouth here, and the shape is fine, just the location is wrong. So I'm kind of like keeping that in mind, and I'm just going to move that up to like here. She looks a little too happy, but it's okay. She could be reacting to the help from her friend. Man, hands are definitely the toughest part, like trying to not make it look like a weird, lumpy claw, which I don't know if I escaped that. I've heard that the My Hero Academia artist like loves drawing hands more than anything, and when he draws like a little picture of himself, he draws it as a hand. I keep hearing about it. I just haven't started it yet. There's like so many things to watch. What do you think of it so far, Yikes? It does look really fun. Let me think. And here's the lines of her robe coming up. Oh man, a guy shoots tape from his elbow. That's an incredible power. And very specific. You know, the more ink I get down here, kind of the more I'm liking the drawing myself. Like in the pencil stage, sometimes it's kind of just like a cloud of potential, and I don't really know what's going to happen with it, but once I get a few things in, like there's something for my eye to hold on to. All right, here we go. This looks more like a happy wink than like a struggle. So we'll leave that for now. Maybe we might have to redo this later. But let's see. And I think going in with brush inking was the right choice for this piece. Like it does make everything more lively. Like sometimes pen lines can be too even. Let's see, and then drawing her little. Wait, I was about to draw the backpack, but not yet. I need to do some of the stuff that's like closer to us. So I'm going to work around here. And that's her skirt, and it goes up over this knee. These lines are sort of close together because it's showing a bunch of fabric kind of bunching up where she's bending at the waist here. And then this comes down. It's the knee. Let's just put a couple lines to show that this is touching the ground. Maybe put a couple in front. Okay, I'm kind of super cracking up at this expression, but I do need to erase the graphite before I start getting any whiteout down, or else it will backfire on me. I did 3 voices for the dub. This is an answer to Yikes. I did one ox herder. Like, I don't know if you've seen some of the clips Sophia has released. Like, there's the part where Ashitaka's in the forest, and he says, "The absolute ass on that Kodama. I'm the guy in orange that Mickey's carrying." And then I think all he says is, "I'm sorry," as he passes out. I think later you see him in the boat, and he does survive. But when I was doing the line, I tried to draw on the emotion as if it were like the last thing he was ever saying. And then I do, well, maybe, no, chronologically before that, I do a samurai who is chasing Ashitaka early in the movie, and he has a samurai friend with him. Ashitaka shoots an arrow, knocks the guy's head off, and my guy just says, "A demon." But he says it like in a gruff way. I don't want to like give away too much about the fan dub before it airs. And my third guy is another samurai later on. There's a cool part where Ashitaka decides to go back to Irontown, and he's riding on Yakul, and he sees the town, but there's a samurai with a big spear, and he's like, "Halt! Who goes there?" But Yakul, or like, yeah, Ashitaka jumps over, or like, Yakul carrying Ashitaka jumps over into the water, and my guy totally whiffs on the swing. So those are my parts. But like, don't watch the stream just for me. Like, all the vocals I've heard are incredible. Like, really looking forward to Himbo Ashitaka. I was kind of blown away by Becca T's voice for Okoto, or like the giant, like, bleach white boar god who shows up near the end. Oh, D-Raj is back? Thanks. Yeah, I feel like the inks really bring the piece to life, because before that it's just sort of like a blueprint to myself, or like instructions about a drawing I might make, but I kind of consider the ink like the real drawing. Like, I know in the US comic industry it's pretty common for like one person to pencil and then they hand it off to another inker, but I had a very difficult time with that. Just since, like, when I draw in pencil, I know what I mean, but it would like take a lot to communicate about how someone else should do this on top. This light comes down. This is that. Right now, that's the heel of this girl kind of digging into the ground. Oh, Lady He. Yeah, really good. I feel like I have a tab open for the cast list. Who was that? Okay. Oh, that's Gwendo. Yeah, I guess Gwendolyn, Sophia's best friend, did Lady He, and also a lot of the sound effects. Like, that was one of the delights of, I keep bringing it back to last year's Akira fan dub, but like, Gwendolyn really made a lot of those scenes with her like motorcycle mouth noises, and the famous Hank when the Colonel pushes a button. Okay, that's dry enough. I can erase this part. I think what's happening is just like it's such like a microscopic difference, but like the way the corner of this mouth is like pointed, it looks like she's smiling. So I think if I even just could like take off a tiny edge there. Also, these eyes look a little bit happy. Okay, I'm just trying to repair this. Maybe if this eye is like squinched up a little more, like I'll bring up this bottom eyelid with that. Don't want to add too many lines. Well, now she's smiling even more. Okay. Was GB Pookie the Colonel in Akira? Okay. Oh, the General. The Colonel. I'm not sure what their rank was. Okay. And this time around they're playing Jiko, I think. Yeah, I think they're playing this guy this time. Oh man, we're in the last hour, and I've done 15, maybe 15% of the inks. I really need to get a move on. Let me see. But I'm like finding these lines a lot easier now. She has these like elf style sideburns that like go out like that. And then let's bring down this tie for her hat. Oh, yeah. That like city council meeting was incredible, and I'm just typing in chat the like #1 Gwendo sound effect. You know, I'm gonna do kind of an anime thing, and this eyebrow is gonna be visible like right through these bangs. It's fine. Oh, Galoitri's wondering what Hank means. It was from the Akira dub. It was like the most incredible sound effect by Gwendolyn. And it was just for like an inauspicious button pushing, but Gwendo really used like 100% of her sound effect brain to like really pronounce those 4 letters with her whole self. And I think it's become legendary among everyone involved in that production. And like really embodies like what fan dub could be. Yeah, I think I'm personally not able to create a invite link for the Mickey Discord, but I assume if you ask in a Spider Baby stream, you'd be able to pick that up. Yeah, I was so anxious about doing the other two faces, but by the time I got to Kaya here, no sweat. Oh, Fan Hanks? Ooh, I'm very happy with how this is turning out, and that's very convenient because it's the central focus of the image. Whew. And to think, at the beginning of the stream, I was almost going to draw the back of her head, and so we'd just be seeing like a cone. Oh, I also drew a line right over the face as I was like motioning, so let me just add some hairlines in here. All right. This stuff I can do like a little faster. Oh yeah, I think for bot reasons I had like turned off links for now. Not sure how quickly I could figure out how to enable them again. Since I'm pretty sure none of you are bots, let me just hop over to my settings. Okay, moderation. Let me see. Okay, so guys, right now I'm looking at my settings. It says block hyperlinks. I have yes. So on the count of 3, I'm going to turn that off, and I want you guys to put all the links you want to into the chat. So 3, 2, 1. All right, it's off. Oh, P Hospital's here. So right now it's just like a jamboree for any hyperlink you wish to put in. Oh, also like brush inking is perfectly suited for drawing fabric like this. I can just really just zip right through a lot of this. This line is not great, just as I was like bragging about how well the inking was going. Oh, did I keep saying P Hospital? Yeah, I think when I had first started up the stream, I was trying to figure out how to make it all ages, but I think inevitably that stance is probably going to soften up. I mean, If there are any actual babies or children in the chat, you should let me know, and I'll try to keep watching my mouth. Let's see. Really, I'm pretty close to getting all the figures in. And then I'll need to add some more ground, more demon squiggles. We're going to bring this in before 8. Oh, it's still blocking the link. Okay, I've done what I can on this side. I think right now I need to concentrate on drawing, but I'm looking forward to seeing what everyone linked into the chat. See, there's these 2 ropes that like attach the sword onto her belt. Oh, I made that line way too heavy. I was drawing that as though it was scabbard, but that is, I think from here to here, that should be steel. So do you want to get a little bit of a Buin effect? For now, I'm just going to make that very light. Make a very light line here, just to remind myself. I might have to accomplish some of this Buining with some whiteout at the end. For now, I'm just going to like put in these kind of radiating lines. Eh. Oh, I did that line too far. It's okay. Whenever I mess up, I'll just make the correct line right afterwards. I think Yeah, I'm overlapping some stuff that should go in front, so I'll just have to erase this line and this line later. And that should even go in front of here. I forgot to add these like rope lines that help keep the hat on. Okay. This is still so funny to me. Okay. Let's see. And then I think the knee part is open, and then they have like tall socks, or they sort of look like soccer shin guards, so that Nago the demon boar doesn't come up and kick them in the shin. Let's see. Is this... I feel like this foot is ridiculously large. That would be like twice the size of, or maybe the same size as her whole head. Let's just bring that down a little bit. Let me see. So let's just shrink this foot down a little bit, take off some of the extra heel. There's the arch, and then the balls of the feet here. Great. Okay. So has everybody posted all the links they wish to post? Because I'm going to switch my hyperlink security back on. You've got like 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, blocking hyperlinks. Okay. Okay, and then her foot is sort of digging into the ground here, so we can show some of that kicking up. Let's see. Okay, so figures are mostly done. I can now just like add a bunch more of Nago under here. And also like think about more of the like shadows and like rendering. Let me think. A lot of, I feel like there's too much open space on the demon boar. I've got to just like get a lot of ink onto this. Let's see. These gloves are dark. I feel like this leg line doesn't make sense. Just get the pencil back out, because this goes up. The other leg would come out. Well, it's about right, because we did figure that out with the other sheet. Let me just move this line down a little bit. Okay. I feel like a lot of her, like in the movie, her robe is dark blue, and in this black and white drawing, a lot of this can just go to black. Let's see. Oh, I haven't talked for a second. I've just been so into the drawing. Like the first 2/3 of it were like a lot of thinking about how to set up these shapes correctly. But now that I feel like I have most everything in the right place, I'm really just getting down as much ink as I can. Oh, another... I think Nago ought to have another leg going up this way. Oh, yeah? Gal was about to do a which Mononoke character are you quiz. I feel like a lot of those are usually like multiple choice. I feel like a lot of the time you can usually like kind of tell which way each answer would be steering you. Or maybe like you already know in your heart which character you are. So like how many times do you need to do the quiz before it'll tell you that you're Moro, or before it tells you you're Ashitaka? Oh, yeah, exactly, Gal. I don't know if it's still on YouTube, but a while ago I had seen kind of like a Studio Ghibli behind the scenes documentary when they were working on Princess Mononoke. Like, I think it's the one where at some point late into the night, um, Miyazaki like makes a big pot of ramen for the whole crew, and then like some staff members are like nervous to eat it. I think I feel like even though they'd been working at that studio, they still kind of held him in reverence. Like they weren't nervous that his cooking would be bad, but like I'm not sure what. Like it was I don't know if it was just like crossing like a personal boundary to be like sharing a meal with someone you think is like a god. I think it's something like that. I think I just need to add some more. Yeah, there's so much open space down here. I think I am going to put that hat in. I wasn't sure at the beginning. It's got to be about that big. Let's just insert this here. And I know, like, this middle part of the picture is looking pretty empty. So I could definitely, like, put some more, like, demon squiggles coming this way. Like, maybe sort of. Where can I add them that makes sense? This, and sort of like snaking, like coming in this way, like sort of snaking like that. Put another leg here. More demon squiggles. Maybe even down all the way down here. Yeah, I think Sparkle Sprout had it exactly right. Just being frightened of that divine ramen. What's the best gift for boys? Perfumes, watches, grooming kit, or chocolates? I mean, it depends on the boy. I feel like giving someone a grooming kit could be like maybe making a suggestion that they could be a little tidier. It would be like gifting somebody a stick of deodorant. Here, I was thinking about a grooming kit, but here's like some speed stick, because you sure smell. Well, that's true. Yeah, exactly. Perfumes would be like, you're kind of stinky. But I feel like you could go overboard with that and like read in a negative, like infer a negative meaning into any gift, like that probably isn't there. Yeah, I'm much happier now that this hat is in here, and I'm going to add these, like it has these tassels to help tie it on, I think. So I'm going to add that here, and that'll help kind of bring us out of the image. Aren't watches like jewelry for boys? Yeah, I mean, I feel like sometimes people will feel like it's like the one piece of jewelry that men get to wear, but I mean, really, men could wear whatever jewelry they want. Let's see. So, oh man, I've got 22 minutes left. That's exactly the right amount of time to put in a bunch of demon squiggle legs. Really just got to fill this up. I think this is adding all this demon squiggle is helpful. Like it sort of activates a lot of the empty areas of this picture. And it also sort of like helps wrap around everything. You know what? Let's just, man, F it. Let's just put more legs in. Well, Gal, I've noticed you've refrained from saying CGs on your stream. So I'm just like holding back my language a little bit. Yeah, the more legs, the more powerful. Yeah, I think that is helping a lot. It's kind of like some of the elements were kind of too separate from each other, but the way that these legs can kind of wrap around everything in the image kind of ties it more together, I think. See, I just need to, while I'm thinking of it, I'm going to just like put some texture on this just to show it's sort of like, it's like a woven material. I'm not going to draw like every weave, but this will just kind of be a symbol of what the rest of it would look like. Okay. Right, I'm trying to... What's your favorite mood? Or food? Meat, pasta, milk, or vegetables? I mean, are they against having a balanced diet? You need all of those. Oh, maybe the day the voice sign-up sheets went live, we should have had to all do this quiz to help Sophia do the casting for this movie, like with the help of a online quiz to match our personalities to our characters. Like, Gal, did your test say that you're Oxcart Chief? Man, there's like 15 minutes left to stream, and I still definitely like a lot of drawing to do. I mean, I know I've watched a bunch of other art streams when I was trying to figure out how to do this, and I definitely see people working on a piece from stream to stream, but for some reason I have it in my head that I have to do these kind of like in one sitting. And I think it would be tough to get like as engaged with this as I am now. So just like while I understand this picture, I'm going to make all the lines for it that I can. Like, I feel like if someone were sitting down to draw this, or if I were sitting down to draw this off stream, this could be like, I don't know, like a 6 or 7 hour project. This could be like an all day thing. Not to toot my own horn too much, but I don't know, I think trying to do this quickly will like give it like a certain urgent energy to the drawing. I hope. Oh man, these evil squiggles are getting like all the way up here to the front of the picture. All right, let's go. All right, we will go. Let all of us go. Let us go. We're going. Oh my god, I think I'm getting like a little bit loopy. Okay. Let's see. Squiggles could even be wrapping around this hat. Pretty soon I'll have to erase all this graphite because I don't even know what's here. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Yeah. I mean, brush ink dries so fast. I don't expect that I'll run into any trouble here, so... Gal, I was just about to add one myself, but you're pretty quick with these emoji. Okay. Here we go. Well, this is definitely going to take multiple like eraser passes. Okay. I definitely see some stuff that needs to be darker down here. The problem with drawing on vellum texture Bristol, which is like toothier and shows brushwork nicely, is that a lot of the time the graphite will get caught in those teeth and never, ever, ever come out. All right, I see 7:48 on the clock. I've got about 10 minutes to wrap this up with a 2-minute outro. So, guys, watch me rock. All right, here we go. Man, I gotta solve this face thing. I think maybe it's just this eye that looks like it's winking. Gotta redo that mouth too. So that's gonna take a minute to dry before I can go to it again. Let's see. This is dark. Add some more. There could be some like loose demon ooze here. Oh man. I don't know why I was drawing that grass so short. It would definitely be like a lot wilder than that. Right, what I'm trying to do right now is like the shadow cast on the ground below Nago. And draw some lines across this way. Let's see. That should be dark. I'm trying to like sit back and look at the whole image. It's a little tough because at my streaming desk I'm like right on top of it. So sometimes I lose a little sense of the big picture. But let me see. I think I'm just gonna keep like adding more grass, more tentacle, not tentacle, but like ooze until we get to the end. I will need to get this face in. Yeah, I have to get girl one's like sleeve. Left that open. I feel like these fingers would be casting shadows onto the scabbard. Get the inside of this mouth. Darken up this little eyelash a little bit. Is there anything else I need to address? Gonna make some lines that help show the curvature of this farm hat. Gonna pull these around the same ellipse as the edge here. I feel like I need to add more ooze here. Okay, let's do this eye. Okay. That does not look like a wink like it did before. And I can even leave that bottom part open. Yeah, I think that's more appropriate to the situation. Okay. I think the underside of this hat, I can kind of do lines like this to show both the weave of the hat and also that it's in shadow. So we're just pulling these along that shape. Okay. And same for Kaya. Oh, Wicked Sir Nick has entered the chat. Yeah, I met them through my friend who streams as Gert Vanderwoops. Well, Wicked Sir Nick, you arrived for the final, like, 4 minutes of the stream. Yeah, I feel like that face is, like... Before, they were just, like, winking at you and smiling, which kind of made the whole picture very funny. But it's not a funny situation. I'm gonna add... basically as many lines as I can until we're out of time. feel like gonna do like a little whiteout round, because I know I definitely made some errors. So like, let's open up this. This ribbon is in front of the backpack. That should be open. That line is out too far. Well, as I'm doing this, I'm really happy that all of you came to watch today, and we've got like a few more streams lined up this week. Like tomorrow, you could tune in to see Ashitaka and Yakul, and I personally have never drawn a red elk or any kind of elk before, so that will be an exciting challenge for me. And also, since Ashitaka's in the film more than anyone, there's like lots of different scenes that I could choose from to draw. So I'm going to think that over. I'm going to sleep on it. And I think it might be time to sign this and call it a stream. Oh, I wanted to get some of this bleen in. Okay, I'm going to break up this little line a bit. Okay. Yeah, that's like a kind of a subtle bleen. All right, 7:59, so that's my signal to get out my signing pen. And let's look for a good spot. I'll just sign on the hat, I think. Okay. A-M-E-S-K-U-O. I don't know that I expect anybody to watch all 12 hours of Mononoke Drawing Week, but if you do come back, I especially hope you'll be here for Thursday 5 to 8 when we're drawing San and Moro, because at the end of that stream, I think the idea is that we'll all just go raid Mickey, so it could function as a little bit of a pre-party. So this is the Kaya Emishi Girl Squad versus Nago. Okay, let me see if there's anybody I should raid. Let's go over to the chat screen. Yeah, here we are. You can kind of see the whole drawing like this, like on, well, which way am I turning it? Like on the drawing board, it's like a little bit tough. Okay, so I think I might just end it here. So, thanks everybody once again. I'm just going to say thank you to Galuigi, thank you Pichu Slapping Butt, Gaydog, Paul, Sparkle, Leon, Wicked Sir Nick. Am I missing anyone? Leon, did I say Leon? Anyway, I'll be back tomorrow, 5 p.m. And yeah,